Welcome back to the pitch, everyone. It's just the crew of me and Tierney today. The other two are off doing other things in California and South Carolina.
They have lives. So.
Yeah, we don't. So I'm going to start with a correction real quick about news that we ran last week. The Lynx, and this has been changed online too, but we haven't made anyone aware. It's not really a big thing, but the Lynx, the two players, rookies they picked up, who we'll talk about later, we'll evaluate that whole thing.
Can't wait.
Yeah, but we had said they got $10 over 2-season contracts, each of them, Matthew Morton and Anthony Heitzman from the team, and that was incorrect. They actually got $20 over 2 tournament. So they're getting 10 per season instead of 5 each, which is a rookie max. We messed that up, so that's all that is. So really, we're gonna start the show with the Wrecking Crew.
Why don't you lead us into that?
That's a story. So the Wrecking Crew have had 4 players, the same 4 for the first 2 seasons of existence. And it was Aaron Deaster, Jaden Janser, Michael McElroy, and Sean Guthrie, and they were all on rookie contracts, which are 2 seasons automatically, so they expired after the last season. Well, actually it was yesterday they announced this, but we reported it this morning, that Deaster, who's the owner, and then Janser and McElroy all re-signed. Deaster and McElroy for the minimum, and Janser for like 50 cents more than the minimum.
Still the minimum.
I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe
he
it
was
like
worth that extra.
Just a little bit of
cents.
dignity. I think it was dignity he wanted, or something above the other two.
Bragging rights.
But the real one is Sean Guthrie, because he's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
He's their pitcher. And, I don't know what's going on here. I've talked to a couple of sources about this. And it sounds like he wants a lot of money.
It's just, I don't get it. Like, I know that he's good. He's their best player, which is pretty clear, I think. But what's he asking for? Like, it's like $55 a tournament.
Well, I don't know exactly how much it is, but they have 55
in cap space.
It's about like 55 in cap space.
Okay.
And their owner told me that he wants like almost all the remaining cap space. And they still have, because you can have 5 players now, so they've been. I think they were pretty aggressive this offseason free agency. They reached out to some people, they just didn't get anything in return.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be hard for them though, because
and they're not
outside
known.
franchise.
Yeah.
But the point is, they could still get another roster, fill another roster spot with Guthrie on the team. He's not on the team right now technically, because he wants a lot of money, and I see where he's coming from though. Like he's smart. He knows, like, he's probably telling the owner, look, you struck out in free agency. You didn't get anybody. There's really no one left. You need me.
I know, but is this the way to do it?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like $50, $40.
I don't know, but I kind of see this. Possibly
There's a lot of stuff you could buy.
Ruining some friendships here. Because
go like 4 movies on that. Yeah. It's like 4 free movies. But
that's a lot.
So anyway, that'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. It's hard to imagine he would go to another team.
I don't see that happening.
The Cobras and the Storm are trying to get him right now too. Their offers aren't as big as 40. I can tell you that. Like per season 40. No, they're not. Maybe the Storm. I don't know what the Storm's is, but I can't imagine, because they already gave Tyler Hudson 25, and right. So let's talk about the Hudson thing now. Give me your analysis on that. Everyone knows by now he signed a 1-season deal for 25 per season, and he told he kind of.
It was kind of threatening in a way.
Yeah, there were some other teams reaching out to him, and I think he's loyal. He's a loyal guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's trying to do the right thing. But he wants to be on a good team.
He does.
And I get that. I mean, you wouldn't look at him and be like, "Whoa, he's a great pitcher," but somehow he gets it done. Somehow.
last season.
Well,
But yeah, I know what you're saying. He's a good hitter too.
Yeah, and so the 25, I think that's okay. I mean, it might be a little above average
It might
for
be
him,
a little for him.
but it's not terrible, and it leaves them room to possibly get some new players, which is kind of what I think he wants.
Oh yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see if they can turn it around with that extra cap space, or if my prediction right now is that Tyler will be leaving after the season.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll depend on how well they do. But
I don't see it going well.
I don't know. They tried so hard to get Ty.
Yeah.
And they struck out with that one, and then they really what happened was they put all their marbles in on Ty, and they didn't really like go for anyone else,
Mm-hmm.
and then they didn't get Ty, and it was like, well, everyone's kind of snatched up now. I guess we should re-sign Hudson, and yeah, so he told Koopman, the owner, that I'll give you one more season, and you better show some progress, basically, to get us. Because they really struggle. And I remember we had him on last offseason on the show, and he was like, well, with our schedule, if we don't make the playoffs, I'll be really disappointed. Well, and then they didn't make it.
They didn't make it.
I think the worst thing that happened to that team, honestly, was making it to the championship in JL13.
Oh, yeah.
Because now they have all these, like, expectations
yeah.
of, like, hey, we made it in 13. We're supposed to be good. And really, they weren't
really
that
not
good.
that good. Yeah.
That was just kind of a fluky thing for them to make it that far in that season.
And as a first,
yeah, I mean,
your first season too, that
no.
kind of makes it hard.
So, yeah, there's the Hudson. And then they cut Sullivan Carter, who was a rookie for them. And
I think that's a good move.
how come?
I just he didn't seem to do a whole lot for them. He was kind of like a role player. I think you can get another one.
Do you think he'll get picked up by anyone? I think someone.
Maybe late if
Yeah.
someone needs a player, yeah, but he's not going to be picked up tomorrow.
That's what seems to happen with all those just like kind of one-dimensional players like him and like Nick Proudfoot. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Proudfoot doesn't get picked up till like a week before the season, or like
Bryce,
him or well, Bryce.
I mean, he's been picked up, but like
someone like Bryce.
Yeah.
All those type of players.
Yeah.
Josh Wall. Like I'm sure Josh will be on a team when it comes time because like someone's gonna need to fill space, but they're gonna wait as long as they can until they're like.
They're not a hot item, but they're needed, kind of.
Yeah, he'll be on a roster. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Well, who's the last other team that had some signing type things?
The Lynx.
Ooh, the Lynx. Yeah, I liked what the Lynx did.
I think there's some potential there.
You know what? And I applaud them. I'm thinking about last season because when they lost Jordan, and it was like, okay, we need to rebuild now. But they didn't really find anyone. They were like wanting to rebuild, and we kind of had like ripped them. Like,
oh yeah,
the management's going to trash, blah blah, and that may not have been fair. Maybe they just didn't find anyone, and they were like, we're not just gonna do all this ridiculous things and make trades so we can just stay competitive. We'll just suck for a season, and we'll be patient until we find who we want.
Sure. Might work out for him.
And because I like these two names. I know who Anthony Heinzman is. I don't really know him.
Yeah,
but
same.
I know he's a good athlete.
Mm-hmm. And he played basketball at SWAC, I think.
Yeah, college basketball player and pitched in high school.
Should be good.
I would think so.
He's an athlete, so.
And then the other one I like too. The other one is Matthew Morton. Again, a name I've heard before, but just because both these players are from Tootle, and they're going to be playing for Tootle, which is kind of funny. But being from Tootle, I'd heard the name before, but I don't know what he looks like or anything. I can't remember.
He looks athletic. I think he plays baseball. He played baseball in high school, right?
Well, you told me earlier you worked with him, so you should know if he's athletic or not.
Well, I know he looks athletic. I've never seen him play anything.
Okay.
We don't play baseball.
Well,
at work.
he apparently pitched too.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what you do at work.
We don't play wiffle ball, so. But no, I mean, he looks athletic, and I think he could be a good player.
Yeah. Here's the big.
If nothing else, he could be a good role player.
Here's the big thing I'm hearing is both these players pitched in high school, and if you heard anything about the Lynx season last one, and if you observed it with your own two eyes, what were they missing more than anything?
Pitching.
They're awful pitching, just awful.
No pitching, zero. Like negative
these guys
pitching.
Are like formidable.
Yeah.
Just
can hit the strike
hit
zone.
the zone.
Yeah.
They'll be better than last season.
Oh, easily better.
and then the Lynx will have the Asher Van Hoof kid, who didn't play for him last season, and he had gone through a whole thing where the Waves had cut him a while back. But anyway, he's set to make his rookie debut for them, and
they'll still have Steven, right?
And they'll still have Steven. Steven's a he's a veteran. He's been around. He's blah blah. So anyway, I like the Lynx. It's going to be the first season of the rebuilding, so my expectations still aren't that high. But
no, I think they can make a decent run.
I think they can knock someone off.
Yeah.
Who's good in the regular season? Am I going to pick them to make the playoffs? No. But give them a season or two, and maybe they can be back in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, I think so.
So good for them. Good job, Lynx.
Good pickups.
We missed you being a good team. So we have like 2 minutes left here before we got to sign off before these things get too long. So what do you want to talk about? Should we talk about how bad the Fog are turning into as a franchise?
We can talk about that. Or we can talk about your deal for a minute.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm not going to talk about myself, so you can.
3 seasons, right? $30 each season. So it's a $90 3-season contract, which, I get that you need players. Sullivan declined the
that's what we missed about
extension. So
come on, Sully.
I'm okay picking up Cale, but I don't know that he's worth $90 there, Drew, but sorry.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, I'm not worth $30 a season. That's almost half the cap. But Sullivan declined the extension to stay with us, which means we don't know if he's going to be there past the next season. And Drew is an outside owner, which, yes, we're going to have broadcasted games, and every team's going to be on national broadcast, and he'll be able to scout for himself, but at the same time,
it's hard.
You're an outside owner. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And I may have taken advantage of that.
You think? But I think, okay, so with this, though, I feel like, I don't know what Drew's plan here was, but I feel like the 90 or 30 per season, however you want to look at it, is kind of like, here, maybe you can also help bring in some other players.
Oh, yeah. Well, trust me, I like to win.
Right, so I think a lot of that also falls on you, so I think maybe that.
Well, a lot of it, too, was me telling Drew, like, look, if we don't know if Sullivan's going to be back, for us, he could be playing for someone else after jail 15. That means, like, I'm a decent player, but I'm not someone to build the franchise around.
Yeah.
That means we would be in immediate rebuilding mode. And
now you at least have something to
you're going to need me to help you out with that.
Yeah.
As an outside owner, like, I'm sure you could do it, but we could do it better if you had my help. So it's like, give me a little more money.
Sign me.
So, but, that's the way it goes.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's the way it goes.
Business. But Sullivan, come on. We were going to give him a good deal. I don't know what his problem is.
He's probably tired of you talking crap about him.
He deserved it.
Okay, last tournament, yes.
Okay, okay.
But
I'm still though. It's like
I know he's kind of become almost the face of the Cobras here lately. Win or lose. I know you're not happy about that, but he is a Cobra, I feel like.
Oh, he is.
Like, it'd be weird to see him go somewhere else.
But, like, he obviously wants to leave because he's making $6 per season right now. And we offered him an extension of 1 season. Well, we offered him multiple extensions, and he didn't want any of them. One of the options, this is all according to what Drew told me, though. So, Michael might come out and say there's some falsity in this. But a 1-season extension is one of the things we offered him. So, basically, it would just, here's your $6 contract that has 1 season left on it. We'll offer you an extension that would, instantly remove that one. And it's just 1 season for, like, way more.
Yeah.
So if he'd be in the same situation, you're still going to be a free agent after 15, but you get all this more money, and he still said no.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, what do you want then? Obviously, you just want off the team.
Looking to leave.
It's like, you could still be off the team without the money, and you didn't want the money. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know. But.
Oh, we have one more.
What?
You want to talk about your dad signing?
Oh, yeah, and then my dad ditched out. So.
Yeah, so the Cobras a little bit hurt right now. But, it's the Cobras. They're going to come back. They'll find a way to do it. So I think you guys will be okay. Once 15 rolls around right now, no. But
that's going to be a lot.
Give it a couple months.
Okay.
I think you'll be okay.
The dad signing with the Rapids, though, like, that's actually going to hurt more than people think. Cause it is.
He's a good hitter.
I know. And, like.
Yeah.
I mean, he was probably the most consistent bat-on-ball hitter in the lineup. Not the flashiest at all, but...
kind of a quiet hitter.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of, like, pure efficiency.
Yeah.
Very valuable.
Yeah, he gets it done.
And where did he go? The team that is our biggest
rival
competitor right now for the National Conference. So, I don't know what that was about.
Just creating some drama.
I mean, I guess. And then they got Troy Flanagan, too, who I think is going to be a really good rookie.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
I think they might. I mean, honestly, if I'm just looking at the talent, they might have a little bit more collective.
Yeah.
I think.
I would think so.
But our pitching with Michael is still a little better, so I'd say I'd still give the edge to us.
Of course you would.
Well, would you? Not?
I don't know. What, Ty and your dad? And Troy? I don't know. And Jordan? I think they got to be.
But we said that they were supposed to be the better team last season, too.
That's true.
We picked the Rapids over the Cobras. Well, I mean, everyone had them, ranked higher than us and stuff, but we still.
But that's the beautiful thing about your rivalry, is you never know.
Well, I'll tell you what, this will be the last
great.
comment here, but I think the Waves are going to sneak in and, kind of nudge their way into that whole thing, too, because I really like what they did.
Yeah. They're doing some good things here, so 15 will be a good one.
All right. Well, that's it for our show.